Greetings, pimps, slayers, and co-op players. It's your boy, fellow warrior. And I don't know. I've been thinking about some stuff. Like my computer can't handle games, streaming games that I usually play. Like for example, if I wanted to stream Phantasy Star, my computer would melt. If I wanted to stream Titanfall, at least I think the single player campaign, I could do it. But multiplayer, which is I like to play, my computer would melt. Warframe, I mean, I guess it could work. Minecraft, I don't see the point of streaming Minecraft. There's a lot of people that stream Minecraft. It's just who cares, you know? Receiver, which I'm into right now. I played the first one. Second one, I tried streaming. My computer melted. Apex Legends, already tried it. My computer melted. The Witcher, tried it. Computer melted. Doom Eternal, for some reason, works. Didn't melt. Caves of Cud, well, I could try Caves of Cud. But, you know, these games that I usually play, like these long form, like unlimited, quote unquote, like unlimited play games, I play them to relax, you know, like put like a video on the backdrop, I guess, on my other screen, and I just watch a video and I just stay silent. It wouldn't be good for streaming. It would be terrible. It would be fucking shit. Nobody would want to watch that shit. That's why I like playing like story-driven games. So I guess I'll play Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. Looks good enough. Why not? Let's try it. If it loads, is it gonna load? Oh, well, there we go. It's load. Oh, I don't know anything about this game, so
Night has fallen and you're weary from travel. Stars fill the sky above, and in front of you is a brightly lit wooden house, the only building you've seen for days.
I love the narration. Reminds me of Bastion. Fucking super giant. Well, anyway, let's go.
You walk toward the house, hearing the sounds of laughter and talk as you reach the door and push it open.
Okay. Hey, it's me, the Drifter Man. Oh,
You sit down and join the game. It's a cheap buy-in, and not many of the other players are very good.
okay. Look around.
The lady fiddling with dice gets good cards, but has no real strategy. The man to your right seems to just hold on to the highest cards he has, regardless of suit or any consideration of matches.
Who else is here?
The man in gray across from you, though, he's good. He already had the largest pile of coins when you bought in, and while your winnings grow quickly, you can't quite catch him.
Keep playing.
One by one, the other players leave the table, sometimes with pique or with wry humor, leaving their winnings with you or the man in gray.
Am I gonna lose my winnings? So it's just me and the dude, I guess. That is
It's just you and the man in gray. He looks at you, full of humor, and winks. Last hand?
Sure.
He deals, you draw, and look at your hand. It's good. It's great. The best hand, in fact. A royal straight flush. Spades. Aces high.
Literally nothing better. Okay, how am I gonna lose?
But the man in gray pushes forward his whole pile. You're not sure exactly how much it is, but it's more than you've got. You can't match that. The man in gray stops you. Now, if you like, I'll let you wager your word. I know you'll be good for it. Just promise you'll pay the debt, however I ask.
I'm gonna lose. Check my cards.
Yep. 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace. All spades.
You have my word.
The man in gray smiles. All right then. I'll call.
Is my hand just gonna change? I don't know. Well, that's some bullshit. It's the devil.
Well, your luck wasn't so good, was it? That's quite the hand, but not for the game we're playing. I'm afraid you owe me.
Love the
Your
song.
life, sure, but more than that, your labor.
Sure.
You see, this land is built on stories. It's one big story. This
Oh God, I
country
love this
falls
song.
into many small ones. Few of the small ones are strictly true, and the big story is mostly a lie. All the stories and songs and myths and legends start somewhere, with a seed. As they're told and retold and passed around, they grow and change to become the stories we know. To pay your debt to me, you'll be carrying stories. Finding the seeds first and then spreading them. Telling them onwards so they can begin gaining strength. This is no light task. Stories are heavy.
All right.
Most of the stories you'll find will be small seeds. They might be true, but they'll grow wild and unbelievable with the telling.
All right.
The more important stories are the true ones. The ones people will tell you about their own lives. Those often get lost in the weaves of the big story. The more true stories you can find and tell, the more you can weave that truth into the big story. Tarnish it a bit perhaps, but isn't a dingy and battered truth better than a shining lie?
True.
Now, go ahead. You tell me a story. I'll trade you some information about your task.
All right. I don't really get it. I don't understand. Death, change, fortune, fate, luck. The wheel of fortune. Black and gray city where every building is filled with desiccated corpses. Tell a story of the parting of a cloud, a fog, a brief glimpse of a land of promise and plenty. Story of the endless series of doors of different kinds, only to more doors. Northbound train blinking as it crawls through the night. I want to tell the story of the world, the story of a parting of a cloud, a fog to reveal a brief glimpse of a land of promise and plenty.
Your deepest desires, your greatest wish, heaven? Big Rock Candy Mountain, El Dorado, the promised land, that place just over the ridge where they all say that the water tastes just like the sweetest wine.
Yes.
don't know where that is.
No one does. You gotta search for it, my boy.
It's supposed to be somewhere in this country. Ask the people you meet.
Yes,
They're all searching for the same thing.
I'm sure they are. And we'll go there together, or otherwise, we'll go. What about travel?
Travel? That's your job. Wander from place to place, gather those stories and spread them.
No, right?
People get bored hearing the same stories over and over. But an old cliche in one state might be a rip-roaring new yarn in another.
Fair enough. Justice of endless series of doors of different kinds, each leading only to more doors.
You sometimes have to make choices about what kind of story you're finding. Is it a love story or a tragedy?
Can it be both?
Don't gather too many of one kind, though. This grand story needs variety.
I'm a storyteller. I can identify with that. As a dungeon master of long years behind my back, I can identify with this. Tell the story of tossing a pair of bone dice on a red velvet table. They come up snake eyes and wink at you.
It's just luck. Funny how bad luck seems to follow the folks who already have problems aplenty. Well, try your luck out there in this country. See how the dice treat you.
Sure.
It's not all bad. You'll have to work hard, but I'll give you the gift for seeing the true shapes of people. Not many who can do that.
Well, alright. And the last, the tower. The story of a black and gray city where every building is filled with desiccated corpses. Alright.
I'll strip away your flesh to make the journey easier, but still you'll feel pain,
Oh boy.
hunger, weariness, thirst, and despair. They're all part of stories.
They're the most important part, I would say so.
And death, yes. But don't worry. As long as your task remains, you come back.
Fair enough.
Go on your way, Seeker. Maybe we'll meet again, or maybe not. Either way, it'll be an experience for you.
Let's fucking go.
In some ways. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Yeah. Let's walk. What's behind me? This game is fucking cool.
This bungalow is being ransacked. There's furniture piled in the front yard, ammunition heaped under the mailbox, and a crowd of clean-cut men ripping apart a car in the driveway.
Strange.
The two heavily armed, mud-caked women leaning over the porch railing share the same bored grin. One shouts at you. Lend a couple innocent gals a cigarette?
Sure.
You're about to hand her a smoke when those men draw pistols and shove you hard into the dirt. You know these girls? They demand.
No.
Once they've dumped your bag out into the road, they decide you're harmless. If you were selling booze too, you'd have a lot more cash, sneers one. On the porch behind him, the two bootleggers are fingering their empty rifles, grinning in disappointment.
Move on, I guess. Let's keep walking. This is a big old road. I want to know how to play this game, but I don't know. Deutsch, French. Huh. Controls. Hitchhike. Inventory. H. Map. Whistle. Okay. I'm on Maine, baby. Your goals will fill the will by finding. Cool. When you meet characters, they'll ask you for different types: tragic, scary. No type of story. Story grow and change as you tell them. You're out in the world. Ooh. And tell them to characters. Cool. Travel. Ah. Cool. Let me see. All right.
Off the road and into the woods, you can't help but come across this package by the old tree tied to a sturdy stick. The cloth wrapping conceals, though not particularly well, something large and softly unsettled. Little eyes blink back at you from inside the bundle.
Move on. No, say hello.
The shape gives a start.
Please don't tell my pa that I'm in here.
It says in a small voice.
Why not?
Pa doesn't want to live with us anymore. But I want to go with him. Don't tell him, please. I'm hiding.
I won't tell.
You tell the boy you'll keep his secret. You don't see his father anywhere. You don't see another soul for miles.
Go to Portland, baby. Okay.
They don't come every year, you know. The old man is sitting at the edge of a rotting old pier, crooked legs dangling over the water. He watches a pair of seagulls preen and groom each other on a rock just off the shore.
Ask why.
Just when the fishing is going to be good. He taps great, black, thick globs of spent tobacco out of a huge ceramic pipe. I got another year, I guess.
Another more year of what?
Another year of this town being here, he replies, letting a grin spread across his face. If the seagulls came, that means enough fish to keep it in place.
Fair enough.
The woman walks the small town square with the poise of Betty Davis. The confident stride and inimitable mannerisms elevating the sidewalk into a plush Hollywood carpet. And wrapped around her neck, a yellow velvet ribbon, bright as an ocean sunrise.
Let's ask around.
You question a well-dressed man parked outside an oyster house.
I don't know what an oyster house is.
Prudish woman. I took her on a fine date and she didn't remove so much as a ribbon. Excuse me, can you step back from the coupe? That's the spirit. You decide to seek a second opinion.
Okay.
You talk with a waitress smoking outside a diner. Something funny about her. Just showed up one day. Doesn't work, doesn't live anywhere as far as I know. Just around. Myself, I'd love to know who made all her beautiful clothes.
Let's ask around some more.
The longshoreman watches Steve Doors load up a crane. Yellow ribbon? That woman's dead. Ghost dead. Buddy's in my...
Oh. Ah, fuck. I should approach her.
You can see storm clouds on the horizon, and you don't relish the thought of being caught wandering this rocky seaside road in the rain. Fortunately, you find the lighthouse door open, with a daunting staircase before you.
Climb up.
At the top of an ornate wrought iron spiral, you're breathless and feeling the strain on your knees. Rain already batters the walls outside. You can only knock on a heavy wooden door leading into the upper level. Muffled voices and light seep in beneath the door.
Put your ear to the door.
Looks like we got a visitor. Sounds like a man's voice, deep and rough. Well, behave yourself. I'll open the door. Another man, this one with a higher, more sonorous voice. I always behave myself. He feigns indignation, but his tone betrays affection instead.
Wait.
After a moment, the door unlatches from the inside and opens. The man before you is tall and muscular, with a hint of a paunch beneath his wide chest. The heavy iron knob on the door looks nearly dainty in his huge hand. Didn't want to be out in this rain, did you? Come in.
Sure.
Despite the rough exterior, this room looks like a well-appointed parlor. There's a rug on the well-trod wooden floor, and an enormously plush couch. And sat upon it is a stocky fellow grinning through a great hazel-colored beard. Tea? He offers, hoisting a teapot.
Must be lonely up here.
Oh, we manage. The tall one sits on the sofa, casually wrapping an arm around the other lighthouse keeper. The quiet suits us just fine. He needs his quiet time. He's a writer. The tall one grunts. I dabble, but you must have some good stories from the road.
Well, I have some.
You wake up the next morning on their old sofa, still warm from an excess of tea. And cakes? There might have been little cakes. Prodigious snoring rumbles in from the floor above you, and you quietly take your leave.
Nice folks. Nothing here, huh? A little bit disappointing. Let's ride, baby! Woo! Oh, shit. Boston. No. Let me get that story first. We'll get to Boston.
A dusty truck and a man on horseback pull up next to one another in front of the grocer. Suddenly, the driver and the rider, two wiry old men with identical haircuts, start shrieking at one another.
What's going on?
The man with the truck leaps into the street.
Brother!
He shouts. The one on the horse tumbles out of his saddle.
Brother!
He screams. They embrace in the road.
30 years!
Hollers the driver. The rider, tears streaming down over his face, corrects him.
No! 32!
Oh, wow.
Everyone here is watching these two older men cry and hug one another in the middle of Main Street. Cars and wagons are backing up. People are yelling.
Take a photo of us!
The driver begs you.
Let's get out.
Pulling a tripod out of the bed of his truck.
Get out of the road first.
As you usher them onto the sidewalk, the driver says,
Joe, I thought you were dead.
the rider freezes.
Joe?
He blurts.
I'm not Joe.
The two men stare at one another. Each slowly
Go to Boston. Explore. Train station. Green Boston. Red brick, green trees, blue sky. And this weather, Boston is beautiful. That is, until you make your way deeper into the city and get lost among the cramped, winding, shadow-haunting old streets. Shoo. Explore.
The city is like no other you've been to. Crooked streets splay out in a maze of narrow passages, no two alike. Soon, you find yourself in twilight, utterly lost. Bright light crests around one corner, a car approaching.
Whew.
Compelled by the cold and foreboding night, you don't question it as you drag your bones into the cab. But you realize immediately how strange the vehicle is. It's a sleek thing, like a shallow parabola gliding over the street.
Look at the driver.
Where to? He asks. You have to stop and think. Eventually, you name Boston Common, the only landmark you know in this town. He peels off silently. You feel the car move before you hear the engine.
Look out the window.
He takes you through ever odder streets, flanked by painfully clean, gleaming buildings and signage for businesses you don't recognize. Even the air seems different. It doesn't smell so sharply of gasoline and coal. Eventually, you come to a stop.
All right, pay the driver.
The fare's in glowing numbers above his dashboard. It's much too high. Surely a mistake. No charge, he insists. You look like you need a break. And then you find yourself on the curb at Boston Common, under thick moonlight, in a city much as you'd left it before.
Huh. Move on. The odd silent taxi cab. Earn money. Look for work. I'm feeling good about today, crows a young man in line with you outside his factory. Feeling pretty good. Today's our lucky day. Shut up, Bill. Every time you say that, nobody's hiring. Side with Bill. Let's side with Bill. Come on. Let's have some good vibes, yeah? We're taking all comers, shouts the door. Bill gives a whoop. I knew it, he crows. You cheer along with Bill. Fuck you, Bill. Whoa. The cynic shouts. You had nothing to do with this. Whether or not he did, though, you get paid. Nice. Store. clam chowder, spaghetti. Like, give me some hot apple cider, baby. Yeah, why not some clam chowder? Let's go. Let's keep walking this great big freaking country, baby boy. Let's go.
You come across a girl picking wild blueberries. She smiles and greets you.
Then.
She offers you some from her birch bark basket.
Oh, well, thank you, young lady.
You reach in the basket for blueberries, but pull out a handful of small, smooth stones, all the colors of the rainbow. The snickering girl runs into the trees as fast and light as a rabbit.
I don't want to throw the stones at the girl. Throw stones?
When the stones reach the top of their arc above your head, they turn into butterflies, all
Ooh.
the colors of the rainbow. Your heart leaps in surprise. Incredible.
Cool. What is this? Ooh, a camp. Yeah, boy. Quinn, Chapter 1.
Hey there, stranger. You're welcome to enjoy this fire with me, if you're respectful, that is.
Always have been, my young boy.
This here is my spot, and I ain't inclined to share it with any bad characters. You can call me Quinn.
Oh, howdy there, Quinn.
These here are my venturing companions. Kaz is the big un, and the one with the spots is Flip.
Hey, Cass and Flip.
I usually beat my way on the rails, but the road news said this town was fat, and the weather was fine. So I'm taking in the sights and seeing what I can drum up.
Well, good for you.
Hey, do you got any really thrilling stories to tell? I'm hankering for one of those.
Thrilling. There knows by subject, because the boss likes the tarot cards. This is every story. If you tell this person a story about love, for example, they will tell you something from their own life. As the night goes on, when it reaches the right, then the night is over, and so is your storytelling. Usually tell you where they've been. If you tell them the time story they request, you gain their trust, and the eye will open more. When it opens fully, next time you meet them, they open more. Remember this from conversation, so don't feel you need to open up the eye all the way. Dance around, get to know them. A story about an incredible story. Well, I got the incredible story. Thrilling story. Maybe this one? Let's see. A girl with strange stones.
Well, that was a lively tale.
Oh, he worked.
This land sure is something, ain't it? I can't wait to see it all.
Aw, good on you, babe.
Tripping like I do makes me realize the land's another kind of companion. It's always with you.
Oh. This game is... I like this game. I recently watched a movie called Brother, Where Art Thou? And I love the mystique behind America. And it's many fucking years. It's a great fucking land, man. A lot of stories to tell.
Maybe things are so depressed because folks lost sight of that.
Maybe.
I want a story that scares me. Now I'm older, almost nobody can do it. Give me your best shot.
No, I know the perfect one. It's a story about the lady. Is it this one? Or maybe the odd... I like this is a ghost story, yeah. That is a scary story, huh?
Ain't life got enough tearjerkers in it without telling stories like that? Jeez.
Aw, man.
Traveling. I sure do love it. And I seen some pretty things out there. I seen serpent trains passing on a green and gold sea. I seen mountains so tall and forests so thick, nobody will ever tame them. I once seen a bunch of townies skinny dipping in a river. That sure was something. I seen terrible things too. biblical floods and starving folks and black blizzards full of dust.
Hmm.
I'm in the mood for something real funny like.
Ah, I got the story for you.
I'll remember that one. A couple good jokes can get you out of a fix sometimes.
True that.
Well, I don't know a whole lot about the past, but
Mm-hmm.
they say there's an Injun grave around these parts. Say it's haunted and full up with angry spirits.
Ooh.
I used to love hearing stories of cowboys and Injuns fighting it up. Would swap tales with the youngins. But, well, I suppose if someone shot me, I'd be pretty vengeful too.
Yeah, I guess.
Tell me one of those exciting stories.
Exciting. What's exciting, huh? Exciting. A thrilling story, huh? That is kind of sad. I guess this one could be exciting.
Well, that was something. You spin a good yarn.
Ooh, thanks, boy.
Authority, bosses and such. I ain't nobody's little Angelina if that's what you're asking. I take care of myself and my dogs.
Well, nobody's asking for more. And your dogs sure appreciate it,
I
boy.
don't need no jocker looking out for me. So if you're offering, don't. Shoot, I thought I told you to be respectful. You want to keep enjoying my spot or not? Think about that. I want to hear one of them venturing tales. Got any?
Ventrance. Another thrilling story? Shoot. I don't know if I have them. Venturing Tales. That's just sad. I guess this one?
Well, that sure was a downer. Give me a good venture tale instead any day.
Well,
My family. There ain't no way I'm gonna start jaw flapping about those bastards. Judases, the lot of them. Enough said. Oh, heck, the night's over already. I sure enjoyed talking to you, but I gotta get on. Think I'll see what's happening up the road this way.
gonna go way down south, huh?
The tramping life suits me just fine. Every day is a venture. With things being so depressed, folks walk around like it's the end of everything good. But it ain't.
True.
Plenty nice things to see if you know where to look.
Oh man. This game is so fucking cool, dude. A black crow flutters down to let in your path. It looks at you, cocks its head and speaks. Well, you got a long, long road ahead, don't you? All these people to chase down, or so I hear. It laughs. I got some experience when it comes to chasing folks. Well, tell me about it. Well, if you want, you could go find your friend again, ask him about her life. They might want to hear. Sorry this time. No, it peers up at you. Didn't they tell you where they're headed next? Yeah. Hey, the world's full of people. Bet you could find another friend like that if you went looking around. There's more than one interesting person in this land for sure. He gives a gravely laugh. That's what humans say anyway. Launches the air and disappears. Fair enough. Man, I'm loving this fucking game.
Muddling through the dark, you stumble into the path of the white deer.
Ooh.
Its beauty strikes you at once. It is something otherworldly, beyond borders. A moon swimming in the void. Human shouts not far away break the spell. The deer's ears prick up. This thing is being hunted.
Oh, help the deer. Why not?
You know a way out of here. As the hunter's cries get louder, you approach the deer carefully, palms outstretched. As As you grow close, your features become clearer in the light of the deer's aura. It bolts into the path of an oncoming train.
Oh, well, that's sad. Having a pretty wild argument with someone on the side of the road. With the other end of the radio. No, he keeps saying, no way, listening as the man refinishes his voice over the dead woman. Ooh, wait a second. Doesn't clicks. You know the story. It's a stranger version. A delinquent is one time, but there's some bits left out or replaced. Ain't true. If only he knew. Sorry, Gruden, to telling you. Huh. Ooh, New York. Before I go into New York, let's search. Object alights on the low branch of a twisted tree. Look at you, Ecos. Think you got some good stories already? Well, I heard better, much better. He seems to wink at you. Want to hear my tricks? Sure. The ones you got now, psh, pathetic stuff. You'll tell them they'll come back more exciting, more satisfying. So always listen to the stories other folks tell. Their tales are less true, sure, but more useful around the campfire. Makes sense. The positive point about the true ones, though, they're extra interesting. Learn a couple of folks true, and everyone will like them, no matter what kind of story they think they want to hear. Well, everyone's captain of their destiny. Ain't no bootstraps in the world that can save you now. But the choices you make, they change the kind of story you can tell. Choose wisely, or don't. Let's go. Let's go to New York, baby. Why don't I, there stinks of gasoline and trash. And you're boxed in by brick. But damn, there's something invigorating about that stink. God. You feel like there's an engine in your chest. Oh, that's cool. Explore.
The engines belch black smoke as the ferry churns gray water into froth. A broad-shouldered figure leans out over the rail, eyeing the skyscrapers on the horizon. Nearby, a man and a woman speak in low, urgent voices. He takes her wrist gently. She is weeping softly.
I want to listen.
I wish you didn't have to go.
She says,
There's gotta be work on some of those buildings going up.
his thumb skates over her pulse point.
I checked every day for a week. There ain't. I'll be back, though. Got your picture in my wallet, don't I? It's not forever.
Keep listening.
Her words are split by a sob.
Might as well be. My parents didn't come to New York for this.
She leans against him, the wind tousling her hair. He pulls her to his chest.
I'm leaving because I gotta go. If there was another way...
They stand together, close, quiet, in the stiff breeze.
Oh, that's a beautiful story. Let's earn some money. Panhandle. Let's look for some work, yeah? Digging holes, know what you had in mind, but damn, they're digging a lot of holes in this park, forming the signs into a work group with a mix of other disheveled men and women, and send you out to dig a pit by the water fountain. Let's just keep quiet. I mean, let's not make a fuzz, yeah? Okay. Store. Fresh bagel. Slice of pizza. Give me a slice of that saw. Yeah, boy. Let's go. Let's keep walking. This is good old country, yeah? I'm looking, where's my map? So I went from. Where did I even come from? I don't remember. Oh, I went from Maine all the way down to New York, huh? That's a long walking. The kid is here. I mean, I can talk to the kid. You know what? Let's clear the west, the east coast, and then we'll dig our claws into the country. We'll go back to the north from down south, baby. Let's go. Let's keep following the coast, yeah? Where is it? Let's go. What is this?
The stream is a clear, reflective shade of blue. Unusual in this region, where bog iron colors the river's brown. Across the way, a goat with great leather wings laps up the water, its sunken red eyes fixed on your every movement.
Take stock.
You now notice the unnatural absence of wildlife. No fish swim in the stream. No birds sing in the trees. The winged goat drinks with a forked tongue, only abstractly concerned with your presence.
Let's drink some of that water, yeah? Let's approach. Let's fucking go, man.
Over the hill, a scorched one-room house lies abandoned, 2 of its 4 walls in ruins. The goat rears up, front hooves curled, and stretches its wings out to their full breadth.
Whew.
The goat opens its mouth and wails, a protracted, shrill sound, indistinguishable from the cry of a human infant.
Fuck, is that a chupacabra?
It only begins to stop when you take several steps back. The winged goat doesn't follow. Instead, it lies down inside the burnt house, surrounded by portraits of a large family, glass frames stained brown from smoke.
Phew. Move on. What is this? Seen on a fence post, such an unsettling this. Hey, it blurts. Hey, friend. Hey, you hear about trains? You hear a cackle. Locomotion. That's the life. I get some good travel tips there. It's about travel. Ever had it retain? With your budget, you need to. Hop in a train yard, though. Fast and convenient. The bulls really don't like when you ride into empty. You get beaten. Oh, well, on the positive side, maybe someone straight stories with. If you don't like the sound of that, you could hitchhike. Find a friendly car. I feel sorry for your landlubbers. No wings, just motors. You can even cross when you want to, only a safe crossing. You got a point there. I always do. Let's go to Philadelphia, baby. Hear a story. No, first let's search.
The hotel is an old manor house that's seen better days. A grand structure surmounted by a gambrel roof that dwarfs the house itself. It's eerily still, but for 2 boys at play. Each one so small and light, they barely leave tracks in the deep snow.
What is more interesting to me, the boys or the house? I don't know what's inside the house.
The clerk behind the counter is old, and your room key is worn. But night approaches, and the price is low. Just before you shut the room door,
There they are.
there they are,
Oh, jeez.
the twins, staring at you from the corridor. In the morning, as you leave, the clerk asks, "Did you sleep well?"
Tell the truth.
Too tired to lie, you tell him about the noise outside your door, the trampling of small feet on the corridor outside, the dreams disturbed with violent and hideous images. "That's odd," he says, weak-eyed. "There are no children staying with us."
Let's hear a story, yeah? Tiny motor mouth physically sharing the details of a strange tale with her brother that loiter outside the store. Eyes growing larger, mouth hanging open like a fish. Listen in. She's telling him about the trickster who lures humans with magic stones. You try to hide your surprise. The story of the girl with the strange stones. The version the girl must have heard is embellished, to say the least, but hey, it's a good story. Huh. Let's camp, huh? Oh, it's Quinn.
Stranger, it's good to see you again. You know, I'm gonna see this whole world one day. But for now, I just got my sights set on seeing all 48 of the great U.S.
You got that right.
I already seen 10 whole states. That's better than my folks ever
Ooh,
done, that's for
that's a
sure.
lot, actually, yeah. I ain't seen you in 10 states of my freaking country.
Plenty of townies and even some tramps treat me like I'm a kid simple. But I ain't helpless, and I only act it when I ain't got no better choice. Like if I get pinched.
Sure.
I do right fine on my own. Don't need nobody but Cass and Flip.
Those good boys.
Hey, tell me a funny story. You seem like you still got a sense of humor.
Funny story, huh? Let me see. No, that ain't funny. Oof. Love, family, travel, freedom. Ain't got many stories. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Heading out this early? Well, travel safe, friend. I hope we meet again. Where are you going to? Decided yet? Maybe our paths will cross. I'm going up the road this way myself.
Sure.
Hope I'll see something fun. I generally do, you know. There's interesting things to see.
Let's keep walking. What about here? Another person, maybe? Mason. Pay for a lie.
My twin brother Paul and I always got into trouble, but we were good.
Jesus, already starting right into it, huh?
We didn't do nothing to anybody till we left. Then we hurt a lot of people. Me, more so than Paul, because he didn't make it through.
Is it about war?
The march I was on, the
Oh, well.
bonus army. It's less a bonus and more an acknowledgement of what I've had to suffer. Civilians will never understand.
Oh my god, I'm talking to a veteran. You know, it's gonna be sad.
Do you know any happy stories? Hopeful ones?
Ooh. Hopeful stories. Hopeful stories. Hopeful stories, you say? I got one. It's the seagulls.
For a moment there, just a moment, I felt better about it all too.
Good. I'm glad.
The future's the issue, ain't it?
Always has been.
Great war leaves us nothing to go back to. Plucking up the hope and leaving us only with the vile and the unforgiven.
Oh, jeez, bro.
So anyway, tell me a funny story? You seem like you know a few good ones.
Oh, hell yeah, I do. I know the one just right. It's this one.
Wish I could tell that one to my sister. The past doesn't even feel like it happened. It feels like it's happening in every moment, in every slumber. When memories come back to you, they clutch at you, at your heart.
Sometimes.
You know any good jokes? I'm not so good at telling them anymore.
Good jokes. 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 I don't have any good jokes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Paul would have liked that one. Travel. Well, this walk feels like a little bit of freedom now and again. The flowers along the road make for a fine company.
Damn.
Tell
This
me,
game is tugging at my
what would you
heartstrings.
say? Something to make the world seem kind.
Happy, huh? Not many happy stories, to be honest. Authority, sadness, freedom. I just tell a random story, I guess.
I
Oh,
like
it worked.
There's some hope left for you too, you know. Don't give it away too quickly.
Oh man, I like this guy.
Love? It was a real long time ago. Pulled a ribbon on her hair, and her pigtails came undone, and she tattletaled on me.
Cute.
Never really tried after that. Do you know any happy stories? Hopeful ones?
Shit, dude. Guess this one.
Oh, come on. That doesn't sound real.
Heh.
Home. Well, my sister, Jessie, won't forgive me for what happened to Paul, so she won't let me back home. I made my own way for a while after that, till no one could afford gardeners. Who could stand to care for the land nowadays? Here's the sun. I've got to go. I'm headed up the road this way. Will our paths cross?
Maybe.
Days come and go when the terrors return. They'll never be able to pay back what they owe me, but I'll always keep at it. What about you? Is there something somebody owes you?
I hope not. Ooh, I see a story over there. Ohio River. River.
The edge of summer has turned the ocean choppy and misanthropic, and the skies miserably gray. The boardwalk prophetess lured you into her tent with a promise to read a fortune for free. Seems like business has slowed to a crawl already.
Sit at her table.
Before you lie the instruments of her profession. There's tarot cards, Rider-Waite, but also Marseille for traditionalists, rosary beads and costume jewelry, and of course, the centerpiece, a great glass globe.
Listen to my fortune.
With practiced theatricality, she goes directly for the crystal ball, letting her
Be a
eyes
dick.
unfocus house as though she can see a great distance into it. She brings up names, places, asks if you've known someone called John, if you have a relative in Newark.
Be a good sport.
You'll latch on to what she says, and together you dance towards some insights about your romantic prospects. It's relieving to meet an honest charlatan instead of the ghouls and ghasts of the road. You might even say you're having fun. Until she abruptly stops talking.
What's wrong?
Your eyes, she says, her voice suddenly drained of the bassy drama that was her stock in trade. You've met him. You've seen him, too. You carry him with you.
Yes.
The words that come out of your mouth are not your own. They seem unwilling or unable to form properly out of a human throat. They're more like snarls, warning noises of a vicious animal. The glass globe shatters. Your vision is hazy, and your body is not your own. You came far to get away from me, the voice lodged inside you says. But this one has a way of wandering.
Yeah.
The fortune
my job, I
teller
guess.
collapsed, cowering. Consider your debt to me repaid.
Black out, I guess.
When you come to your senses, you're lying face down on the rough wood of the boardwalk, sore and weak. An empty patch of wood, cleaner than the surrounding planks, is all that remains of the fortune teller's tent.
Whoa. Oh, okay. Let's go to Washington, baby. Washington, D.C. It's hard to look at these shining buildings in direct sunlight. You feel like an ant crawling among ant among the tombs of giants. Away from the monuments, though, you find a city that's a little more human. Let's go explore, baby.
The mailman's uniform is dated and worn. He sits on the edge of the road, head in hands. He looks up as you approach. Can you help? Car clipped me. I think my legs... Well, I'd appreciate it if you could deliver this for me. He holds out a brown envelope.
Sure.
The letter's addressed to a James Gibson Sr., 120 J Street. But the city stymies you. The blocks run straight from I to K. You stop a man for directions, but he shakes his head and laughs. Someone's playing a joke on you. There's no J Street.
I made a promise to that man. I'm gonna keep looking.
Over here.
A woman in a brown coat overheard your question. She steers you down an alley. Someone's chalked a big orange J on one wall.
I thought Clovis was late. Go left up ahead. Old Man Gibson's the third on the right.
There we go.
As you round the corner, the world changes. J Street is a place out of time. Like the city forgot an entire street a century ago and carried on around it, oblivious. Even the noise and bustle of D.C. can't penetrate this little pocket.
Knock.
The man who answers is ancient and stooped. He peers at the letter.
I think it's from my son.
I don't see so well anymore. Will you read it to me? You tear the letter open. It isn't good news.
Better a tarnished and beaten truth than a shining lie. I don't want to lie, but I don't want to make, you know what?
You read the letter, omitting a few key details, but his face still falls. I don't think he's coming home, he says. It's been so long. I don't think he's ever coming back. He takes the letter. Thank you for bringing word, at least.
Well, let's earn some money. Let's look for work. Digging holes. Huh. Let's try this. She's saying, Dear Lobby, Dave Hobby, Dead Body. Never got me what it's all about. Oh, let's keep moving. Yeah, you still got a long way to go, huh? Damn, long way to Georgia. Don't mess the rock. Oh. Where am I? Woo! Oh man. Come a long way. Four identical men born to two who confuse. Oh. Trey, the four born to two. Jesus.
Excusez-moi. Beckoning you over, the woman shows you a letter, beautifully typeset on thick vellum. You're struck by the scent of a fancy department store. She points on the parchment to the address. This address, you know? Her accent is very thick. You are dismayed to read the first paragraph. Lorem ipsum dolor sit amet. And the address under the monogram in the letterhead. 12345 Road Street, Anytown, USA. The woman blinks, hopefully, leaning close over your shoulder. Yes? You know this place? She asks. You send her around a nearby corner at random. Merci! She exclaims, clasping the letter to her bosom, stars in her eyes. Enfin, mon héritage attend. She hurries down the street, gone before you can change your mind.
Dude, the song in this game is so beautiful. Search. Woo!
A family of 9 invites you into their home for a meal. Hogs roam free in the yard. They wallow in shady patches of cool mud, not paying any mind as you pass. During supper, the hard wind puts an awful burden on the walls. The glass dishes rumble on the table, but the mother seems calm.
Can't butcher a hog in these parts without me, Ma, hollering for pig's feet.
Can we share?
The mother's heavy sigh gives you the impression her children ask this often.
Me, Ma, wants more pig's feet. Heaven can provide.
One foot in front of the other. We'll keep on going.
No fence, gate, or sign marks the entrance to the cemetery. Just a moment ago, you weren't surrounded by graves, and now you are. How long have you been stepping on dead folks, fully unaware?
Observe a grave.
A wood board, bleached white. Unknown. The word was painted on black by a steady hand, each letter signed with a flourish. Whoever made this memorial had more compassion than money.
Hold a moment.
You're already quiet, so maybe it's silly. But you instill that silence with intent. What else could someone do?
Be still.
A sparrow calls. Seems birds don't have much respect for the dead. You notice the grave marker isn't dug into the ground,
Just
propped up on a tree.
straight in the marker.
Looks nicer now. But unmoored as these markers are, this grave in front of this tree, does this memorial even belong to it?
Who knows?
His clothes are expensive, but unkempt. A tailored jacket stretched and warped out of its best fit by long days on the road. His thinning frame weighs down the boxcar next to yours.
You got a light, friend?
Sure.
You offer a match, which bends and nearly snaps as he scratches it against the pitted iron edge of the boxcar.
Thanks.
He mumbles, perching one last cigarette on his lip.
So where are you going?
Don't rightly know where I'm going.
You notice how deeply wrinkled his clothes are. It's as though a huge hand plucked him from a high society party and crumpled him up like a sheet of paper.
Don't rightly know how I got going either.
Why? Friend.
They built a railway just past Missy Hudson's estate. Damned racket ruined our soiree. Might have been a few bottles of Armagnac too many when I walked down the tracks to tell them to keep it quiet.
He drags on the cigarette, but you never see him exhale.
The last bottle of Armagnac.
Outside the small thicket of apple trees, the phrase "tended to by John Chapman" is carved into a fence post. Nearby, a hound lies on its side, perfectly still. Flies buzz around its ears. But a grizzled man pauses and is digging to shoo them off.
Let's help him dig. Why the fuck not?
There's an extra shovel. With it, the two of you make short work of the grave. He tells you about his beliefs, why he's raising apple orchards in the middle of the country. It's a sin to graft, he tells you. Hurts the tree. Eventually, the hole is deep enough.
Bear witness.
He stoops to the ground and lowers the pup into the earth. Tears flow freely. I'll see him again in heaven, he tells you. Our souls are bound by love.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He wipes his eyes. I don't think I can bear to stay here, though. Maybe I'll sit out again.
You do that, my friend. Find yourself more love. We all deserve some. It's camp, huh? Little band.
Sorry, friend, but I gotta ask you not to get no closer unless I can see your hands at all times.
Sure.
Look too clean to be one of us. But you don't look like the company sent you neither.
Nope.
Alright, I'm gonna share my fire spell. Don't linger. These hills is full of ears. Don't think just cause you can't see no one that you're safe. I'll give you cornbread. Don't be so sure of me neither. See anything exciting out there on the road? Mostly I just see dogs.
Thrilling story, yeah? I got a thrilling story. Got all kinds of fucking stories now. This one could be thrilling. Right? Sure, let's go with that.
Are you trying to scare me? Every man in the last meeting I ran can tell you his story scarier than that right off the top of his head.
Oh, well.
Fortune? I tell these men, get on the train. There's work for you on the other end. They say, pack up. Bring your families. Come on, earn your keep in the land of the free. So they pack up. These men quite a ways from their home already. And if they make it to the mine town alive, the company tells them, gotta use our tools. Take it out your first month's pay. Train ticket here too. Nothing you get doesn't come from us. First day you go down to work, you might even be in debt already. What can they do but go down all in a line, like beasts in the dark? See anything exciting out there on the road?
Okay, I got the exciting one. This one. Let's go.
Brings me back. There was a time when me and Big Ben could just enjoy exciting stories like this one. Innocent. Authority? Bosses? You ain't worth nothing to them. You're like a pickaxe, coal cutter, damn shovel. You break, you get replaced. It's almost like they're proud of that. See anything exciting out there on the road?
Jesus. Exciting. Guess this one, right?
Should be popular at mealtime where I'm from. You keep a whole crew glued, I bet. Home? I always wanted a little place where I could watch the sky change color, watch the cook fire smoke, dance up among the pines. I need a laugh. Know any good jokes?
Oh, I know one.
pretty funny one, you know that? The past. I remember looking between my mama's ankles down the road. Every evening, she'd be whispering.
Hmm.
Still don't know if she was counting the workers, praying about them. See anything exciting out there on the road?
Oh my god, dude.
Come on, stranger. Tell me something true. Family. Well, they took my big brother out of school to send him down the mines. He wasn't bigger than 10 years old, but 25 cents, right type of handshakes, off he went to work. He's so big in my memory. He must have been such a small fella, come to think. Morning. I gotta get going. Headed up that way. Won't be specific. My safety and yours. You wanna find me? Then do it. Talk again about these things.
Oh, shucks, stranger. Maybe I'll do that.
A worker neither. Worker ain't Virginian, Christian, white, colored, Irish, Polish, nothing. A worker is a worker. And we all gotta work. If you're one of them, if you think I sound red, you best come out and say so. Get it over with.
Little band. Ooh. I'll go your way if you're going my way. Wait a minute. Ah! Missed that one. Damn. Look at this big old country. Going by like a patchwork blanket. Yeah, very pretty, this game. Reminds me of my own country. Visiting folks down in the countryside. Brings a tear to my eye. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia. Can he stop? Oh my god! Oof. Down south, huh? Damn. Savannah? Where the frick is Savannah? Well, I made it to Georgia, just like I wanted. Ooh, maybe I'll go to Florida, baby. There's the three kids sitting beside the family car. Are Wally the cashier inside. The children seem embarrassed. You know, her just his story. He starts telling them a story about the Blast Lighthouse Sanctuary where souls in love could find respite. He's telling the new version of Take of Two Lighthouse Keepers. When the parents come stomping yourself's cars, missing Andy and the boys. But the party here is definitely easy. Oh, cool. Two Lighthouse Keepers.
The soldier sits in the dirt with his legs splayed out, like a child would sit. Beneath the tattered fabric of his antique uniform, several open wounds fester in the hot sun. Lend a hand, traveler?
Sure, I'll lend you a hand.
You kneel in front of the soldier. His body is marked with bullet holes, along with deeper wounds that could be from knives or bayonets. Maggots squirm inside the raw, red flesh. About time I earned an amputation. You seen any bluebellies around?
Bluebellies.
The soldier leans in, uncomfortably close to inspect your features. Were his pupils solid white before now? tilts his head, narrows his eyes, sniffs you. What are you, stranger?
Pardon?
The shadow falls on the soldier's face. You damn Yankee! He pulls you in by the wrist and drives a bowie knife into your gut. As the blade bites,
Ouch.
you rest in a field where a well-dressed stranger talks your ear off on all manner of subjects. The weather, fireflies in summer, how combine harvesters work. After a while, the mood shifts.
Heard my death bones this morning.
Death bones.
Death bones. Heard 'em rattle like clank, clink, clank. More startling than wind chimes in a tornado.
He plucks dry grass and chews on a piece.
Ain't much time left now.
You seem young.
That don't matter. I'm fine. Got my savior waiting at the pearly gates.
The man shifts uncomfortably.
At least I do as of this afternoon, I hope. Nearly knocked the pastor's door down earlier. Sure was good to meet you.
The man pauses, rubs his chin in contemplation.
Don't let the bedbugs bite.
He walks off slow. After his silhouette becomes small in the horizon, but before he vanishes, you see him collapse to the ground.
Let's talk with a stranger. Jimmy. Hey there, Jimmy.
You looking for a sermon or just a chat?
Both is fine for me, brother.
Don't really matter, frankly. First thing I ever learned behind the pulpit is that every homily is just a conversation.
True.
Ain't as one-sided as you might think either.
No.
Preachers ain't shepherds, they're cowboys. They gotta run with the flock, keep them directed without fencing them in. So how about you take a seat and guide us somewhere?
Sure.
You must have seen some pretty wild stuff on the road. What's the most exciting thing you've seen?
Oh my god. You guys only want exciting stuff, huh? Sure, I'll give it the story of the freaking women. That's a classic. Everybody likes that one.
You've got a pretty wild life. You know that? Authority? People look to me for leadership. But I tell them that real leadership comes from community. The best preachers are cornerstones, not prophets. Hey, do you have any spooky campfire tales? Feels appropriate out here, right?
Spooky, yes. I got a bunch of those. Spooky. Ooh, yeah, this one's a spooky one, yeah.
Oh, you got me for a second with that one. Bondage? Yeah, bet my daddy's daddy once.
What?
One time is all I needed to know that some chains ain't ever coming off. Don't matter what sort of proclamation a white man in a suit makes. Lately, my journey's been pretty ordinary. Just walking church to church. What about you? Been on any adventure?
I like the song. A thrilling story. Thrilling. What about Quinn?
I swear I ain't heard a story good as that in a long minute. Travel? Oh, I travel. Moving's in my blood. Pops traveled all over the rest. And even after I stepped out on my own, I kept moving. I've been everywhere. Chicago, New York, Atlanta, Houston, Los Angeles. Paris. I even been to Paris.
Wow, you've been far, huh?
I've been everywhere. Chicago, New Atlanta. Anyway, why don't you tell me a scary story? You must have heard some good ones.
They're scary, huh?
Oh, you could rattle a congregation's bones, I bet. Luck? Forget about luck. Think about necessity. See, you focus on luck, you end up dreaming about what-if scenarios. But ain't nothing promised. You hear me? Instead, think on what you know you can do, what you have to do, and learn to do it right. You must have seen some pretty wild stuff on the road. What's the most exciting thing you've seen?
Oh man. Exciting. Let's try this one. See what happens.
Huh, that one's trying to be scared, right? Don't work on me, I guess. Sadness? No. Preacher ain't allowed to be sad, except for a certain sort of sadness. You understand?
I guess.
We have to be salve. We have to lift up the community, challenge injustice. Folks like me can't be sad for ourselves when it's the congregation that really hurts. Well, I gotta get moving on. I have a sermon to give in the morning, and the church is a long night walk that way. Walk like you're blessed, child, because even if you ain't, that's the only way you'll find your holy self.
Oh wow. That's great. I love that. Running the crops instead of the world. Oh man, I'm getting worse. Different tag. It looked like someone who likes a good story. Try this one for size. He tells a story of a hotel hunt with the ghost of twin toddlers. Agrees up his conclusions. Begins to lose his praise, apparently expecting. You have to remember that version. It's a good story. Ghost of twin toddlers. I mean, it's kinda, right? This new road turns awful close past the front of the ancient farmhouse. Bloody pig at his feet. Karis, come here now, he says. Gonna put in the fence. Got a good night's sleep. I got a belly full of meat. And I got $50 on my pocket.
We need a sixth.
She told you, beckoning from the steps of a great dark mansion. And just like that, you found yourself sitting with strangers around a velvet draped table. Her voice is reedy and high, modulated by the tight collar of her Victorian dress.
Join hands, everyone.
Hold
The
hands.
host keeps her eyes closed as she beseeches the spirits of the dead. But everyone else around the table lets one lingering, awkward glance bounce around between them. You sense they're just about done humoring her when it happens. A deep, nasty thump beneath the table. The whole table starts to shake, threatening to lift right off the ground. And then, the staid candle flames start flickering like mad, casting ghastly shadows on the walls. And then, a viciously cold wind cuts through the parlor like sharpened ice.
Ah, keep holding. Where would I let go? Let's keep going. Let's keep the fucking ball rolling.
The damned candles are dancing in midair around you now, singeing a hair here and there off the coiffed heads of these well-heeled guests. You notice your host across the table has her eyes open wider than they should go. A rivulet of blood dripping from her nose.
Holy shit. No, let go.
All six of you, emplaced around that table, seem to recoil from one another's hands all at once. And just like that, the strangeness and chaos around you seems like a half-forgotten dream. The woman who invited you seems to want to try again. She's thwarted when mercifully someone else suggests they retire to another room for Armagnac. Having been dragged off the street just for the seance, you're implicitly not invited.
Sure. Businessman, young man, muddy overalls, and a crowd of girls in slinky dresses, preparing their blood alcohol content for a night on the town. But it's a squat, sharp-eyed man in a fedora who catches her attention. Start a conversation. He launches about the street in Washington lost for 100 years. Halfway through, he stops, recognizes the look. You know this one? He told the story about the strange street lost in Washington. That's it. I think I like mine more. So that's why I keep telling it my way, he says. Let's get another round and do a competitive test on the other folks here, shall we? Myra agrees. The new version's better. It might be because her new friend bought them all drinks. I'll go that way. Let's go to the bayou, baby.
You emerge from the underbrush and find yourself at the edge of a field. A farmhouse sits at the other end. Close by, large family is tending to the plants together. They pause and regard you, almost nervously.
Hello there?
The grandmother asks. The family is almost too nice to you. When you ask for water, they don't even let you walk to the pump by the house. The child runs back to the shed for a folding chair, and they serve you lemonade in a glass among the lettuce heads.
Very kind.
Halfway through your glass, you notice someone moving furtively down by the house. The cuffs of his white shirt are stained red. The father sees your look and shifts to block your view. His eyes are bright, and his teeth are bared in something like worry.
How do you like your lemonade?
It's great.
His wife arrives with a bag full of sandwiches for you, and the whole family ushers you back into the woods, waving, wishing you well. You take one look back over your shoulder. The man by the wall is gone.
The frick? You're waiting in the soup line for over an hour, barely crawling along. Around the corner, see far away a lone pair of nurses. It's a lot of for hundreds. Seems like it. Tropic creations is strange. Starts telling you about the magic stone which lured the Sky Woman's human children to dance across the earth. Way more, yeah. It's not as exciting. I mean, it sure sounds realer than what I heard, but I think Toby likes mine best. The magic stones which lured... What the hell? Hold on. Sky Woman's human to dance. Okay. Weird. People are really talking about that one.
He sings as he works, his voice warm and soft as the late afternoon sun. The air's sweet with the tang of recently cut sugar cane. There's a practiced, almost soothing precision to the way he works. He looks up and nods hello.
Hello.
Making molasses, he says to your unasked question. I sell the blackstripe in town. Farmers use it for feed. Bitter as hell. He grins.
Smells strange.
I don't notice it no more. I've been doing this a while. I keep back a few bottles to share. I don't charge neither. Folks around here need what they can get. Makes a mean loaf of bread. He nods at the barrels. I'm about done filtering. Got to boil it next. Lend a hand?
Sure, happy to help.
You help him haul the barrels over to the metal boiler. You pour in the juice and set the fire. It's hot work. He fetches water and dark bread, and you share the small meal and a smile. It's good to find another who takes joy in honest labor.
Well, thank you, friend. Have a good one. Ah, very cute.
He's small for his age. Boy of 13 or so, sitting on an upturned bucket by the side of a tiny wedge of farmland. The dog, as though by contrast, is massive, an enormous yellow-brown mutt. He's called Rover, the boy explains. Pa says he can't come with us.
Where?
West. You notice the Model A truck on the yard, piled high with furnishings and trunks and bags and knots of rope to tie it all together. And upon all that, too, yet more dust and grit. Pa says it has to be better.
Why can't Rover go?
With one toe tip, he scratches a parabola on the dead, dry ground. Pa says we can't afford to feed Rover no more. You can't tell where the blonde of the dog's coat ends and the omnipresent dust begins. Same goes for the boy's hair. Will you take him?
You should. I can't. You should. I can't.
You can't bear to stay long. A crooked bend in the road leads you away from the dust-choked farm, past stands of twisted trees scrabbling at the darkened sky. Flocks of oily grackles scatter as a gunshot rings out in the distance.
Oh my god. That's so sad. The boy and his dog. Oh my god. That is so sad. I gotta kill the dog, man. I'm actually upset.
Faded shotgun houses sit in rows under the tall shadows of smokestacks. A worker in full uniform hollers from a porch. Hey, traveler! Join me inside. Got some literature here.
Sure.
As you shut the door, the man glances out the window and draws the shades. Landlord toss you out? Ha, don't mind me, it's none of my business. He pries up a floorboard with a crowbar.
Watch.
You glance over the man's shoulder to see inside the compartment. Canned goods, a pile of leaflets, the wood stock of a rifle. He replaces the board and stands. He hands you a can of whole potatoes, then a leaflet which reads, "No evictions, no fascists, no hunger." Headed back to the shop, but we'll have a Bible meet soon.
Bob meat.
Bible meet. You don't know James 5:1 by heart, learn it. That's our favorite scripture.
Sure. Sharing an outlandish tale with one of our regulars. I heard it in front of my sister-in-law. She says, happened to their daughter Fran. It is true. She notices, hey, have I read this one before? Which one? She regales you with a story about the boy whose shiftless father left him in the woods halfway through, but the boy ran away. But highly. What do you think about that? It's an interesting tale. Let's go to Miami. Seagulls scream overhead as you mosey down the beach. Out at sea, ships crawl along the horizon towards the harbor. The sun's a little intense, so you search for a scrap of shade.
Enjoyed a break on the beach, staring off the edge of the world. But the sun is starting to go down, and the breeze is getting stronger. As you're about to stand, a man plunks down near you. He sits a polite distance off, but looks at you expectantly.
Well, let's greet him.
He smiles weakly. I just got fired. First Spanish-American radio host in the state, and they fired me. They needed to make cuts, I get that, but I'm twice the... He trails off. I don't know what I'm going to tell my wife. I could try the docks, but there's already more men than jobs, and I could barely support the family on what they pay. He hangs his head. And my boy, I can't bring myself to tell them. I don't know what to do. He calms as the sun drops below the horizon. An expanse of darkness is ahead of you. Turning back to the lights of the city reminds you that the world hasn't gone away. After a long silence, he speaks. It's never going to get better, is it?
Give him hope.
It takes you a moment to notice his sobbing over the noise of the waves. I've got to tell them, haven't I? I'll go to the port in the morning and see if they'll take me. You can no longer make him out in the dark, but his hand touches your shoulder as he leaves.
All right. Last traveler. Dupree, Queen of Diamonds.
You look good, honey. You got a life? You like a good story?
Always.
I like to hear about people and make bets with them.
Sure.
I like to hear about the weird, handsome people. Get convinced by the rich jackasses who'll play blackjack and lose into the night. Dames who are lit cigarettes burning to the end. I want to be around furious people who use me and I use them. Are you one, stranger?
I guess.
Come close to me. You got any stories with a happy ending? Right now, I want a happy ending.
Frick. Sure, I guess this one.
Well, that is a sweet tale. Tell a couple more like that, and you'll be a charmer like me. I used to think it was adventure, you know, conversations, curiosity that made me road trip casino to backroom across these United States, but it's the thrill. God, yes. Gosh, the suckers. I love to watch suckers lose. You know, you'd love it too if you came and saw that burning pit in their stomach. It's the want, you see?
Damn, girl.
It's beautiful. Hey, got any exciting stories? Like the movies?
I got the good old reliable. People love this one. First story, most
Honey,
used.
Thrills is the stuff I live on. That one will keep me going. The law? I can get by with the law. The law thinks I'm a victim, a sad girl of the streets, a damaged girl, a girl who ain't got no faith and whose daddy didn't love her. My daddy's dead, and all cops are in my pocket, stranger. I will tell you that if I tell you anything. The law is bad for us Roman kids. It does not serve us. But you learn to get that sad, pale girl on. They love that. Sometimes you gotta promise them something more, and well, I don't say it's pleasant, but you born in a body. Sometimes people treat you like you need the power taken from it. Hey, got any exciting stuff?
Jesus. No. Exciting stories. Exciting. Got a lot of stories. Let's see if this one exciting.
Quit it, stranger. That sweet nonsense will kill me young, faster than the drink tomorrow's the great gamble. There's a light out there on the horizon, a glow of something golden. There ain't something for all of us out there, but there's that hope.
True.
I can tell you're looking for it too.
We all are, baby.
You know, if you stop to look down, there might not be anything below your feet, but you're still moving forward. Got any stories with ghosts or murderers or
Hell yeah, I do. Ghosts or murderers? Well, those are the winged goat. It's a classic.
Just what I asked for. That spooky stuff gets my heart going like a good hand sometimes do. Maybe in the end it's the not trusting yourself to trust others that makes me feel hollow. Last night, I lay back and look at the stars on top of a beat automobile. Cigar between thumb and finger charmed from some hotel lobby shiny face financier. And I think, all I got from that person was this trinket. This goddamn trinket. And they got to go to a warm home and a smile and maybe a little one, blonde hair, plush little eyelashes. But me? I'm a worthless woman. No one admires no cunning. I'm just a manipulative harpy, a heartless Valkyrie with them lips and hands. Lord, if only my thrills were damn humility.
Damn.
Hey, got any
I don't have any exciting stories.
I remember my stepdaddy. He had a soft touch for me. A handsome, low-voiced man. Mom never did trust me around him. He taught me how to grift. All you need is that light touch, he said, and look 'em in the eyes and tell 'em the truth they want. And you know, I always was good at that after. I know what it's like to have those eyes turn towards you and make you feel like everything. And then to be in the cold and dark when they turn away. Next time, let's up the stakes, shall we?
Sure.
Why don't we spend some time with bourbon and 5-card stud. You bring the bourbon, of course. And when the moon's fuller, I might let you in on some secrets on life. Have you any?
It's kind of a man trying to shit on the bridge of youth. Tells a few rambling stories, some true seeming, some conspicuously that's so. All true, he assures you. There's history in this place going all the way back to ancient times. Strange stuff happens around here. Can all be true. Sure it is, he coughs. He wants a story about the bushwhacker's vengeful ghost. This one, you know, is the story of the wounded soldier, but wild and stranger. I know that one. See then? So I'm pulling your leg, it's all true. The bushwalker's vengeful ghost. Mojito. I'm gonna stop. This game is fucking amazing. Look at this. It's so pretty. I love it. San Francisco, California. Grown by Dim Bulb Games. Producer USA. I love this game. I love the mystery, you know, the mystique, the stories. There's life, you know, there's sadness, there's sorrow, there's hope. It's so pretty. There's just something about it, you know. It's the grand and the beautiful, along with the magnificent, along with the normal and the real. It like intertwines and meshes. It's a very beautiful thing. Like, it's art, you know. Stories are amazing. I love telling stories. Some people has a way of telling them, you know. You gotta learn the pieces. Stories are the lifeblood of people. And I love the songs. This country, it tugs at my heartstrings. It brings something, you know, deep down. So beautiful. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have long days and beautiful nights. Bye bye, people.